All right, hello everybody. My name is Todd and welcome to Honeysuckle Farms. It's Friday afternoon, and as you can probably hear, and I'll show you, it's raining. It's been raining since yesterday, and everything is flooded and soaking wet. So we just got up here a little while ago, decided to go ahead and jump on the backhoe. Even though it was raining, I could, we got a roof on it, so I was going to go ahead and jump on the backhoe, get some work done. Got out there and the backhoe quit running. So I just got off of it and decided to come on up to the hoop house and start planting some seeds. I put another board in that I had meant to put in a long time ago, so I can actually set all my trays on here. So if you were watching our video last week, we went ahead and planted a few seedlings. I've got some lettuce and some spinach planted here. We've got our Napa cabbage and our daikon radish down here. We've got green onions, carrots, and artichokes in here. I wanted to get started on some early artichokes, but with the weather the way it is, and me just wanting to get out here and get something done, we're going to just go ahead and plant some seeds. So had to go into town. On another note, my battery on my truck is dead, so we had to go into town and get another battery. We're gonna have to change that when the rain stops, but I got a bunch more seeds, and we're gonna start planting all our plants as much as we can. I don't know if you've seen the prices at the big, what they call them, the box stores, but one plant is now $5.89 for one plant. That is ridiculous. Some of the stores sell the 6-packs like we get here, and those are a little cheaper. They've come out, some of them are starting to come out with those, but mostly what they do nowadays is they just try to sell everything in larger containers and charge you an arm and a leg for them. So we've got tons of seeds, and we're going to just start planting a bunch of seeds and take it from there. I usually buy my tomatoes and peppers, but like I said, with the prices that they got, it's just ridiculous. So we got some time. We got the place to do it, and I've got the hand, so we're going to get it done. All right, so we got some of our trays set up, and we've got some soil mixed up. We're fixing to get at it. All right, well, I hope that stayed in focus, but we ended up getting 5 trays, and then we've got our single little cups that we're going to put some of our other plants into down lower, put some soil on top of them to help them grow up. But yeah, the dirty part's done. Now we're going to get ready to do the fun part. So we're going to get our seed set out and then get at it. All right, well, the rain's still coming down, but we're still in the hoop house planting here. I went ahead and added another tray because I had some more seeds I wanted to plant, like I need anymore. But and then I went ahead and laid everything out so you can kind of see what we're doing here. We've got our bell peppers on the left. We've got some hot peppers here on the right. Then we've got our different kinds of tomatoes in here, everything from beefsteak, Jubilee, cherry tomatoes, Homestead, and big boys. And we've got our San Marzanos. I've got some eggplant and some beets. The wife loves the beets. We got our squash, both green and yellow. And then we have our cucumbers. And finished up with our melons, cantaloupes, pumpkins, and watermelons. So, like I said, now we got that part, the dirty part's done. Now we get to do the fun part, and hopefully we'll watch them grow. So we got all that done. We're going to go ahead and save the transplanting of those few plants for tomorrow. It's quit raining for a little bit, and I'm going to run and see if I can try to go feed the pigs and the cows. And if it starts back up, you know, we'll just got on a place where we can come back and work. So off to do the chores. Going to get at it. It's Saturday, and as you can probably hear, it's raining. When I mean raining, I mean it's still raining. It started yesterday and hasn't stopped yet. This has posed a lot of problems for us as far as the pasture is concerned. The river has come up so much that the water is flowing back into the pasture instead of out of the pasture. And with all this extra rain, it's just adding to the problem. But there's nothing we can do about that right now. We're gonna do what we can do, and for right now that means get up here in the hoop house and finish up some of our gardening we were doing yesterday. If you didn't see, we went ahead and planted a bunch of our seedlings. I've got one more tray that I want to plant some more tomatoes in. Funny thing is, I don't like raw tomatoes. But I love growing them, making sauces. We actually make a tomato pie that is just awesome. I got a recipe from a friend of mine, and it's for a tomato pie that is just out of this world. We do a lot of things cooking wise. Once they're cooked, I'm fine with them, but I'm just not a raw tomato fan. But I grow so many of them. It's kind of funny. But we're going to do that, and then we're going to switch over some of our cabbage and daikon radish into some larger containers. Another thing I've been thinking about, now I can't go into a store without buying plants all the time, so we actually bought some head lettuce and some celery. I only buy in 6-packs, otherwise nowadays you're getting ripped off. And I got with somebody yesterday that's going to get us some more fish for the aquaponics. we lost most of our fish, and I've been trying to think of a different species to put in there, but we're going to probably stay with sort of a type of a sunfish, a bluegill, for right now. They don't grow that fast, but they work well in the system. So we got the system up and working. I've got, as you can see, I've got heaters for the tank. We're going to get that up to about 75 degrees, and which helps keep the hoop house warm. But we're going to plant a few things in the aquaponics and get them started and see how they do. I'm curious to see if the celery does good. Lettuce does real well in there, but it's just, again, the time frame. So we're going to go ahead and do some more planting, and hopefully try to get this door up. I've got to take my braces down to get the door up, but we can do that and get at it. Okay, so we planted our last tray of tomatoes, and then we transplanted the Napa cabbage and daikon radish over into larger pots. This, evidently, they're just growing so fast, and we're gonna have to find a place to plant those or figure something out. But in the meantime, we got some in pots that we want to use in different areas. And I don't know if you can hear me or not, hope you can, but the rain's still coming down. The plan was to do a little gardening and go get some wood so we can work in the carriage house tomorrow, but it hasn't let off enough to do that, and we still got to get hay for the cows. So I'm going to just keep at it a little bit. We're going to go ahead and plant some celery and some of this head lettuce into the aquaponics system in the prospect that we're going to be getting some fish here soon. They'll just be getting some water in there. There's some nutrients in the water, but it'll be better once the fish get in there. So we're going to go ahead and throw those in there, and then see what else we can do in this bad weather. All right, so what we're going to be doing is putting some of this head lettuce and the celery into the aquaponics system. I'm going to just pick a few spots and put some plants in there. I haven't grown celery in there before. Like I said, lettuce does real well in there as long as the temperatures in the hoop house don't get too hot. Then it goes to flowering. So we're starting it early. It's February 10th. So we're going to see if we can try to get these things in here early, and at least with the celery, because I know celery, it continues to produce for a while. It might be a good plant to stick in the aquaponics. You know, it's like you got to figure things out. What works for your area, what works for your environment, your grow zone, everything, and the systems that you have in place. The dirt, everything is different. So whether it's a sandy soil, whether it's a rich soil, we have a lot of sand here, so we have to add a lot of nutrients into the soil on the outside garden. And similar with anything you do with just the normal ground around here. But you know, these controlled systems that we're trying out on a small basis will tell whether we can go larger or whether we need to not use that system or not. But so far the hydroponics has just done outstanding. The aquaponics has done good, but I still need to tweak it and figure it out, because the time frames in which you plant the plants in there is the big thing. So we've done well with cabbage in the aquaponics. We've done well with lettuces and stuff. Tomatoes grow like crazy, but they grow too long in there. And before you know it, you got one tomato plant that's like 12 foot long growing all over the hoop house. So we're going to go ahead and, like I said, throw a few of these plants in here and see if we can maybe go work in the carriage house. All right, and just to explain what I'm doing real quick, like I said, we bought these plants. They come in the 6-packs. It's the only way I would buy plants anymore nowadays. And we got a little 6-pack, and I have a bucket of water, and all I do basically is take the plant and shake out all the dirt, and then go ahead and we put it into the aquaponics system. Just like that. So the roots are all clean, no dirt in there. We've got a substrate in there, and you can see there's actually 2 plants here. So we're gonna see how that does. But that's all I do. Just get a little bucket, shake the dirt off, rinse it off gently, and then put it into the clay balls and the aquaponics system, and it takes it from there. So we're gonna get at it. All right, well, so we got all of our planning and done and all the work we're gonna do in the hoop house for right now. I went ahead and planted some head lettuce, some iceberg lettuce, and some celery in the aquaponics. Yeah, for right now we're done. I don't know what else I'm gonna do here. Probably go up in the carriage house and fiddle around, do some layout, and then hopefully the rain will let down. We can go up and get some wood for the porch, and get that for tomorrow, and then go get some hay for the cows so we can get all our chores done today, get everything, our errands done, so we can just spend some time working on the carriage house tomorrow. The wife's supposed to come up tonight. We're going out to dinner. We're gonna have our Valentine's Day dinner tonight instead of Tuesday, when everybody else in the whole world's gonna be out. And we're going to a little place that nobody knows about that we love, so it's gonna be a good day. But Mother Nature decides she's going to just keep raining, so we'll figure out something else to do, and we're going to get at it. All right, well, Mother Nature decided not to give us a break in the weather, so I decided to go up to the lumber store and get my wood anyway. So we went up and got our ceiling joists, our 2x6 by 8 foot ceiling joists, and we're going to go ahead and get those offloaded. All right, well, we got our lumber offloaded. Like I said, unfortunately, it's just been a terrible weekend for work. But we're able to work in the carriage house tomorrow. We're gonna work on the porch, getting the ceiling on the upstairs porch framed in. Been wanting to get over and take a look at the backhoe, but unfortunately it's stuck over there, broke down, and until this weather quits, we're not gonna get a chance to look at it. We got a huge bonfire we're ready to light, but everything's too wet. It's just a wet whole weekend. I think we're right around 4 inches right now of rain. And like you know, if you watch our videos, that's not helping us out at all. Wife's fixing to be up. I'm gonna have to unload the critters and her stuff, and then we're actually going out for dinner tonight, so probably be all I'll be able to do for this afternoon unless I get a break. But anyway, hope y'all are having a drier weekend than we are. Sunday morning, which is carriage house day, and it's been the weather has been nasty, to say the least. The roads are pretty tough getting in and out of here right now. That's one thing about being back in the woods. The good thing is we're going to be working on the carriage house. All right, for those of you who haven't watched the previous videos, this is the little hobby room, I guess little shop or whatever we're going to call it. But it's kind of going to be a nice room. You'll have to check the videos, check the progress out on this thing. I think it's going to turn out real nice. But what we decided to do was go ahead and implement the Shushugi bond finish on the outside wall here. We're gonna have, this wall is gonna be framed, obviously, and it's gonna have, I've got a finished product we're gonna put on here. Excuse me, at the lights in your eyes. And then this wall right here, we're gonna fur out and do the same finish on all the walls with the exception of this wall. This wall is gonna be the Shushugi Bond finish. The rest of these walls are going to have a different finish on it, and you'll have to check out the videos later to see what that is, but it's going to be pretty cool. So anyway, the last thing we did was we burned and brushed this wall. So we've got a lot of mess in here. I'm going to go ahead and vacuum everything out. We're going to fur this wall out, and what I mean by furring, we're going to build this wall out. You fur a wall out for several reasons. Sometimes to straighten a wall out, sometimes to allow for electrical and plumbing, and that's the case here. So we need to have basically a chase to bring our electrical to this wall. Everything in this downstairs utility room, we're going to fur out as far as the log walls are concerned. So this wall over here is going to be furred out 4 inches to accommodate our electrical panel. And the back wall over there is going to have the washer and dryer and water heater and air conditioner. So we're going to fur that out for the electrical and the plumbing. But first step is today we're just going to work on this room. We're going to clean this room up, take that fan down, and then we're going to start framing out this wall out here and furring this wall out. All right, so we got the little hobby room wall framed up. It's just 2 foot-on centers coming from this wall. There's a reason why I'm doing that, and you'll see that later on when we put the finished product on here. It's gonna look really nice. We've got to adjust a few of these studs over here so they match up with those studs. I just have to swap 2 studs right here, move one out and slide one over to get them at 2 foot, 4 foot, and 6 foot on our break. Okay, so we're up on the porch, and what we're doing now is putting our ceiling joists in. Went ahead and we're coming in and we're laying them out at 16-inch on center, and we're only using 2x6s here because of the short span. It's about 80 inches, 81 inches. And so what I did on this side, in order so that I can set the board by myself, I'll put a little ledger board there so that the ceiling joist will sit on one side and I can nail the other side. So that's what we're going to end up doing, and we're going to get at it. All right, well, that's the end of the day for me. We're gonna go home. I'm gonna finish up these joists later. I just ended up getting off down at the other end down there, and had to cut and move some. But I need to go get some hay for the cows and feed the pigs and cows, so I can try to get out of here and get home at a decent hour. Anyway, like I said, I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. I hope you have a fantastic week. And remember, as I always say, don't ever give up on your dreams. My name is Todd. This is Honeysuckle Farms. Hope to see you on the next video.